guitar shop here in Laguna Beach, and this is where I work. I took lessons here when I was a kid and asked for a job. And they're like, oh yeah, Ben, we remember you. They're like, 1 day a week. Kirk Sand and Jim Matthews started the shop in 1972, so it's been here for 52 years. Kirk really started getting into building guitars when they started the shop. He didn't build them beforehand. He was a really great classical player. He got famous for building guitars because his first endorsee was Jose Feliciano. And then he met Chet Atkins, and that really changed his life and the shop's life because he was building guitars for Chet Atkins. And then all the boom chuckers from Nashville, they all had to have the real, sand guitar that was being built for Chet. I was lucky enough to where Kirk was just the coolest guy, and his studio's upstairs. Go up after work and on weekends and just start working on building guitars. Just picking out rosewood, sanding them down, making braces, doing everything. You get in this shop, you can build anything you want. I have this Telecaster right here that I put together. I have a price, but I've been kind of keeping it. That's sort of the conundrum when you build guitars and you love guitars. You can't keep them all. You gotta sell them. Got a call from Andrew saying, hey, we're putting this band together. And I was like, are you kidding me? I'm like, yeah, let's do it. And I'm like, but let's write original songs, let's rehearse, let's get this thing so tight and 100% focused on making the record that we want to make.
When I was a little kid, I broke and fractured the elbow here and also the wrist here when I was 6 years old. It was funny how my hand would stiffen up, my whole wrist would stiffen up, and I couldn't do anything with it. It was like a claw, and I would have to rotate it back. And then I have been doing it for my whole life since. The Tibetan Book of the Dead, Psychedelic Experience by Timothy Leary. This is the funnest band that I've ever been a part of, that I've ever been in. Anything works. That's what makes it so fun. It's there's really no boundaries or limits, and I think that all of us brothers in the band feel that, and it just makes it so much fun because you can just paint kind of whatever you want. I'm trying to write this one. That's as far as I got.
My name is Jason Soto. We're at a studio called Palomino Sound, which I opened about 8 years ago. I had amassed this collection of equipment and gear, and the story with the console is that it was ordered, I think it was ordered in '74 and delivered in '75 to A&M Records in Hollywood, Studio B. They installed it. And the Carpenters did a bunch of work there. Joni Mitchell, Joan Baez, I think some of U2, Rattle and Hum, I think was recorded there. You had to use a crane to get it in over this handicap railing that's outside here, and had to take the trim off the doors, and you could put a cigarette between where the console and the door frame, It just barely squeaked in. It's awesome. It's beautiful. And it's really the heartbeat of the studio, I think with Russ and Andrew, knowing that they're both individual songwriters with their different voices, that's when things really get good, I believe, is when somebody can bounce something off of somebody else and they can go, that's really great. At times one of them would say, maybe you need to change this, or, it's better when you sing it this way, and they did that really well. They're driving the boat, but I'm just guiding it and trying to slip it in the dock without any damages, you know what I mean? There was a song called Honeysuckle Flower, which I think I don't think it was one of the favorites, or maybe it was an older tune or something. I think Russell had said that he was unsure about it, or I don't know. But the point, I enjoyed it, and it's funny how in the studio, which happens so often, songs that may not be the favorite of the band will turn out to be something special, you know. I'm always insisting that we record everything that is ready, because you just never know.
Yeah, that was good. Yeah.
My name is Derek James Eglet, and I play drums. I can play a little bit of sax, a little bit of guitar, a little bit of this, a little that, a little piano, but I've been playing since I was a kid. My parents bought me a drum set when I was 1.
I'm Anson Ditt, and I'm the bass player of the Great North Special. I've been in the band for about 3+ years now. It's nothing but fun. Started playing bass when I was about 12, and ever since then it's just been bass. My older brother Adam, he made me the hat out of an old Stetson. He only gets hats that are pre-1960 because they're made of like a little higher quality material.
I actually found a pair of drums in the trash as I was walking up to my house. I was all set to start playing bass, but found these drums, and my dad's musician friends had all the extra parts, the hardware and the cymbals that I needed, and I was able to assemble a drum set, and it got me going on the path of playing drums and percussion. The first album I really remember falling in love with was a live album by Ahmad Jamal. It happened to have been my dad's favorite album, but he never really played around me. Ever since then, I loved jazz and blues. That was always my favorite style of music. My dad played percussion. He was from Panama, so he played traditional salsa and tropical Caribbean, Afro-Cuban style music.
Let's go with Dez.
As any kind of artist, if you can be in that place, you know, where there's just zero concern about outcomes or what comes down the road. Like, you literally just put your head down and focus on the thing you know you gotta do.
Welcome in, my friend. Come on in. Living room. Sit and chill, write songs, and hang out.
Try to just stay immersed in them because they feel like they're working in certain ways and seem to like enrich my life in certain ways. So I try not to really quantify it.
Must be seen. Tall as cotton goes. All you who are free. Raise your voice. A grand imposing treat. A rocket serenade. Come blow the long tin horn in the Callithump Parade.
Andrew and Russell came back from living on a farm and said, hey, we're putting a band together, and it was mostly what is now Great North Special, 7 of us, and I was lucky enough to have my number drawn. We became instant musical family. I grew up outside of DC in Rockville, Maryland. My arranging teacher in junior college, he arranged for Dizzy Gillespie, Torme, Duke Ellington, all the major guys. When I first came out to California again, I answered an ad in what was then the Recycler. Made a really good friend, very close friend, a guy named Ron Jacquard, bass player from New York. He just got a call from Leo Nocentelli from the Meters. Sure enough, maybe 6 months later, I got a call. We're playing in San Francisco, no audition. I knew the tunes, fortunately, by then. a situation like that with a guy who's probably one of the best, I think, rhythm players, let alone lead. He's a ridiculous lead player, but his rhythms are so infectious. A lot of what you hear in the Meters music came from him. He was one of the main songwriters, and that funky stuff is what I found and learned through the process. It's not what you play, it's what you don't play.
I'm here at the guitar shop picking up my guitar. It is called the Tooth.
This is a guitar shop custom guitar. It's a guitar that we assembled and modded out, shaped the neck, did special electronics for him, and we're just kind of getting the crown and the intonation right. Just need a little tweaking and he'll be ready for tonight.
I just felt like I was a part of something much, much bigger, and it always made me feel really good.
The songs embody that collective community, and this record is really a timestamp of that energy that we're calling Callithump Parade.
It's the Great North Special, it is.
So far adrift, out of reach from ancient coastline, waters roll, drag me into brine. Every wave crashing like desert